Hello. How do you feel about spinning?
Do you feel that?
Was there a die there? Oh well.
It's him.
Val, stay on me. We take him together.
Frog, kill them.
No.
What did you say?
I will serve you no longer.
You will obey his command.
Turn around, children. Save yourselves.
More are coming.
We've got to help him.
Hey, demons. Release my dear sweet daddums. So that we can have proper father-son time as opposed to cursed father-son time. Yeah, I think I pressed space before I triggered the event, but it could be wrong. Not a big deal. I think I might be able to go back for the die, but also, like, who gives a dang?
Won't surrender.
He's resisting Ahriman's call.
We must buy him time.
There's a lot of these Republican troopers that are just thralls. Damn! Nobody noticed this was happening beforehand. Well, Daddy was working for demons.
Can't break me.
All
The more he
along.
struggles, the more they send for him.
It means he's winning. They're panicking.
He's probably still gonna die, but I really like the idea of potentially redeeming Heimlock here and having him survive this process. It's very rare to have, like, a protagonist's parents survive.
Father, there's too many of them.
Father, you have to break free now.
Your fury is no more.
Ah.
Father?
His whispers have stopped. I am free.
You fight.
I can handle them.
Oh.
You defile our peace. There is no place for you. If we can't break your mind, your body will do.
Luckily, I'm very good at spinning. Whoops. Oh, I died. Okay, pretty good at spinning, not good at standing in electricity. I was waiting for cooldowns. It didn't work.
For now.
This is our chance to push forward.
A moment. Father, which side are you on?
In the middle of this nightmare, you have awakened me. Your own struggle inspired me to fight back.
This is not over. We have to stop Fury's ascent. Ahriman approaches.
I know. And yet we don't have the power to stop the ritual.
We didn't come alone. As we speak, a group of Daybreakers escort the Hellion toward the main gate. With it, we'll stop the ritual.
The Hellion? It is reassembled. Then there is not a second to waste. Those Daybreakers will get slaughtered if the gate isn't opened when they reach it.
Sure, let's all hold hands together. You made a pact with Ahriman. How could you let that happen?
When my powers unraveled, I was a young Justicar. My beliefs crumbled on themselves as I opened myself to the spiritual world. A life of war hadn't prepared me for the brutality concealed within the knowledge I would soon harness.
What knowledge?
This world is off course. unbalanced, abandoned. We humans are mere tools left to the numerous fallen primordials, fighting and scheming to return from the abyss, or devising ways to change all of creation to fit their own design. I tried to find us a protector. Surely primordials remain to shield mankind against these absolute threats. If the Daybreakers can conjure the dawn magic, Anathea herself must still be watching over us. But Daybreakers admitted that summoning her magic was all they could do. Her voice, her insights were non-existent. As I felt the growing threats at the gates of mankind, I scoured the world for years trying to contact her. All in vain. At my most desperate, it was not Anathea, but Ahriman who appeared to me. He confirmed what I thought was the undeniable truth. After ravaging the world with their own conflict, primordials abandoned humanity to war, division, and disease. He came to me to correct that failure. He offered peace to the four realms through unity, a way for the Republic to fulfill its vision and gather mankind under a single banner. But it came with a price. I needed to surrender my free will, so he could guide me. The young man that I was, I agreed and embraced this vision as the only possible path to salvation. I was fooled. His grip grew stronger. Then came more war, more loss, more pain.
Really? Tell me, Father, was it Ahriman when you stood aside as Maelys arrested me? Was it Ahriman too when you let her chase me like a dog?
I'm not asking you to forgive me. I made choices to protect what I could. I chose to lose you so that your ascended brother may survive. If you thought that choice didn't bring me pain, you would be mistaken, daughter. As a free woman, you will have the luxury to fill your heart with hatred because of what I did. But for that to happen, we have to stop our own enslavement. We have to stop Ahriman.
This isn't over. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Hey. It's good. It's got a bunch of resistances. I could probably lose the block chance a little bit. Alright, let's go back. Can I? Can I go back? Oh. Aha! Where's the die that drops? Was it around here? Ah, here it is. Natural red dye. Oh! Now Father Dearest is the one following me around. Dang. Also giving me a lot of dies. Well, let's make the most of this. Let's start with chess piece. Maybe? No, that should be a yellow. But that yellow? Yeah, that looks fairly reasonable. I don't really like this helmet skin. Let's find a cooler one. I prefer ones that hide my whole face. Or, holy shit, just make me look redonkulous. Yeah, let's go nuts. Okay, because yeah, I got loads of money to spend here. It's not nearly as beastie as I was. Oh, that's bigger. That's better. That's even better. Like Bruiser's good. This is better. Okay. I'm gonna be gold as shit, but that's fine. Annoys you that transmogs are massive gold sinks. Let's see, which gauntlet is this? Oh, we want that one to be gold. Yeah, I don't really like... I don't really like this gauntlet to begin with. That looks pretty good. This one. I don't know if that one matters. Like, this is going to be expensive, but we're right at the end of the game. Whatever we're up against at this point. Like, I might as well be dressed to the nines for the end. Okay. That the trim? Yeah. Switch the boots out with something a little bit more. What I had on is fine. What about these? Nah. I'm good. I look fancy. A match, dear sweet dads. That's what matters. Deep khaki dye. For those of you that want to look like pants. Valeria, you don't feel like joining Dad and I? Family vacation. Oh.
Who is the Hellion's carrier?
Eos Ganez. He leads these Daybreakers.
Ganez. I guess fate has no shortage of irony.
You know him?
He's the one I talked to when I first sought answers about Anathea. We were both foolish young men at the time.
Who wants to bet that Ganea has his own designs on this, and he's the real boss? He's going to stick himself with a spear and become Buddha. So Vel should be with me. Okay. I guess let's warp back, see if she warps to me. She could have just bugged out a little. Nope. Looks like it's bugged. Let's see. Well, we're pretty close. Let's go back to the main menu for a bit. That should bring her back. Be wary of barrels. They can and will one-shot even Tank Man. Oh, God. Really? Yeah, fine. Yeah, I look pretty badass. I'm kind of disappointed I can't dye my shields and weapons. Oh, I could use some food. Shell brought me bagels a couple hours ago, and that was good. We're trying to pick up a bunch of food that we can, you know, get through before we go on vacation without it, like, going bad while we're gone or something like that. They buy one, get one on... they had buy one, get one on bagels, and it's like, no. We got a lot of bagels as a result. Seriously, that person, every single time we come back here, that person is just having the worst time. Just... I was really hoping the staves would have more interesting effects than just always bouncing. I love the fact that it bounces, but that's... You know, I was hoping there would be just a little bit more than that. Let's see. Nah.
I'll be here when you need me, friend.
Okay, support 3. This chance on sacred damage, freeze on frost. We should probably gem up a bit. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted. I wanted... Oh, they're both defensive 3s. Force shield, extra force shield, extra max health, max health. Dodge chance score. That's so... None of this is good. Nah. I guess the other one to look at would be... Let's see, I think all of these are really boring. Let's see, is that support 1? Yeah. Support 3. Lead chance on rend damage, curse on... That one's kind of okay, but still not that helpful. It's really Alexandrites that are useful to me. Everything else is kind of meh. Oh.
Anything can look better with the right gem.
And she does not have Alexandrites. Nope. Alright, whatever. We're good to go. So, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting close.
Who is the Hellions carrier?
Eos Ganez. He leads these Daybreakers.
Ganez? I guess fate has no shortage of irony.
You know him?
He's the one I talked to when I first sought answers about Anathea. We were both foolish young men at the time.
See, the new Titan Quest class is really fun. I have yet to actually play the new Titan Quest DLC. I should. I don't know. That'll go somewhere on the mix of old school ARPGs that I'd like to play. Whatever happened to Torchlight Frontiers? You missed the news. It's being converted over to Torchlight 3 as of this past week? It's super recent, and they're doing away with a lot of the online stuff. I think it was either like too hard for them or just wasn't fun. I'm not entirely sure. One way or another, I'm pretty happy with the decision. Because I think Torchlight Frontiers would have been okay as it was, but I feel like you should have other people do that. Not Runic, or the remnants of Runic. I actually like the pacing and abilities to Titan Quest over Grim Dawn. I just liked the environment. I think my problem with Titan Quest was it was too Greek and Roman myth for me. Grim Dawn at least felt like it was kind of its own product. It's rare for me to play a game that is historical fiction or mythological fiction that I'm super interested in. God of War did a good job of it. And, God of War did a good job of it. Hades has done a good job of it. But otherwise, like, I'd rather people just come up with something new. Like, Hades is good, but I would have rather, say, Supergiant just come up with their own mythos instead. And their own deities and whatnot, because I'd be able to get into it more. But I do appreciate what it is along the way. Opposite, I wish they had Titan Quest with more versatile builds. Almost all ARPGs is zombies and demons. I'll grant that. You're correct on that one. It was Greece. So, if they come up with, like... And they kind of still did. It definitely had its own stuff going on for it, but it was still one of those where it's like, I just would have been so much more interested if it was this new world. This game's a good example. Yeah, sure. It's the usual. It's demons. It's undead. It's grimdark, and it's dark and gray and whatnot. But there's interesting... Wow, yeah, stay away from the barrels. Holy shit.
Brother, help!
Don't die me just yet.
But it's its own world, it's its own mythos. I'm actually pretty invested in the story, and I like to learn more about it. That said, I would love to see more ARPGs in a cyberpunk setting, sci-fi settings, pure robot settings, high fantasy. You know, get rid of the doom and gloom and all the vampires and horror bits. Make it look closer to 9 Parchments, give or take. You know, I want an ARPG level that's effectively just a giant train, and the train is riding wildly out of control, and I have to fight through loads of automatons to get to the other side and fight the conductor, who's in fact the whole train. And sure, maybe I can't suplex the train, but I have to kill a goddamn train as part of the CRPG.
No.
CRPG, RPG? Shadowrun is CRPG. Not really, no. You're thinking a tabletop RPG, yes. And there is Shadowrun and Shadowrun Returns, which is a CRPG, but that's not an ARPG. There's a difference. Shadowrun's fantastic, but very much, like, completely different things.
It's not possible.
What's Yoko Taro does ARPG? See, we're getting back to the whole, like, what is the genre? Let's just go with Diablo likes. God, I hate doing this. But, like...
Not possible.
I mean, hell... Yoko Taro's... I liked Nier Automata. I hated the setting. Runes of Old Earth is such a tried and true concept, just like zombies and whatnot. Like, I liked the mechs and stuff like that, but, like, just put it on, like, some kind of weird, other planet and a bunch of other things. Let's see. I would like him to do an ARPG. Oh, God, that would be amazing.
Father, why did he send Edric after me?
You were interfering with the Covenant of the Blind when Udai was corrupting Anankis. The Blind Prince whispers were too strong. You had to be stopped.
Let's see. But yeah, having Yoko Taro just write the plot. I wonder if that actually would be a viable thing, is just having a couple of those, like, really wild developers just write the plot out for a bunch of interesting games along the way. Let's see, block efficiency. A lot of block efficiency. Let's go this way. Skip the rend damage. We'll go to block chance, then back down to this. So what about Neo 2? That'll have a nice setting. I'm curious how Neo 2 is going to go. I will probably play it. Unfortunately, I have a very low success rate at finishing Souls-likes, especially Neo. Like, I've never finished Neo 1. I'd like to, but it's also just like...
To me!
Yoko Taro to write the plot and Kojima to do the cutscenes. I can't... Yoko Taro plus Kojima would be such a dream, but I can't imagine them doing that without killing each other. What the hell's happening? Okay, that was weird. I was just on a journey. Because, like, both of those two just have way too much ego for their own good when it comes to developing their own IPs and products and whatnot. There's no way that would work together. But yeah, I rather liked Neo 1, and I'm looking forward to Neo 2 with some, like, level of character customization and the, like, yokai mixed aspect thing. That could be cool, but, like, again, hard for me to finish it. If Neo 2 was coming out on PC, I think I'd be more likely to pick it up and finish it. But, like, as it stood, I played it on PS4, only kind of enjoyed it on PS4, realized I'd have to grind for equipment if I wanted to get some of the other stuff done. And that's the cursed word of the day, so... Let's see. Taro have a lot of ego. I thought he was a distillate of eccentric artist. Eccentric artists rarely work well with other people that do have egos, and let's be honest, Kojima... I can imagine Kojima... It would work if Kojima wanted to work with Yoko Taro, but if the two were just forced into it, I don't think it would work at all. That's, I guess, the main point. I couldn't stand the itemization on Neo. See, I'd like to play Neo on PC. I'd like to play Neo on PC, and I'll probably pick up Neo 1 just to try this out, and see if I can, like, absolutely hacks up the drop rate, so I'm just getting, like, ace-tier equipment left and right. Because I bet that would solve a lot of problems. We'll see how Neo 2 goes. Hello.
We're being tailed. We're running out of time. I will hold our pursuers here. Now remember, the two mechanisms must be activated at the same time to open the main gate. Valeria, you will have to handle this tower, and you get to the next one.
Where do we meet?
By the monolith's entrance. Now, go. Child, I believe in you. Teach them the true meaning of fury.
Oh, the map absolutely lies. There we go. Let's just let, oh, I was really hoping Spin to Win would take me, but I can't handle corners. Ah, it sucks. Not exactly in the same vein. I should probably load up a Dark Souls randomizer at some point. I've been seeing a lot of people doing that lately. I think that actually could be kind of fun. Oh my god, not more.
I must get to the Western Tower. Fast.
Well. Gotta get to the Western Tower. I'm not even gonna fight things to some degree. Welcome to more ramparts. Ripped this from Diablo 3. I mean, endless ramparts is not a unique situation in the slightest. I'll fight if they get particularly dense, just because this means endless spinning, but still. Endless spinning and decent-ish loot. Still haven't seen another, like, particularly rare item in a while. I'm, what, level 40 now? Did I get my... Did I get this thing? 31. I guess that's not too long. The nice part is I can more or less just Spin to Win through most groups without, like, actually any issues. It's her!
I'll manage that right now.
I was talking about wanting this to happen. Let's see if she has anything amazing. It might be utter garbage. The worst would be as if it was... Oh, no, I could take a dagger.
You are just in time. Now, do what you must.
Okay, so it's the worst thing that I could have possibly gone for. That said, it's only 30,000. That's hella cheap compared to how much money I'm currently sitting on, so we're just gonna buy it anyway.
You're back on the right track.
Oops. Didn't mean to learn that, but that's okay. Let's see.
I am here
Does
to
she have any
nudge you
interesting
back
gems?
on the
Ooh.
right track.
Laud Alexandrite. I'll pick that up. What does Zapstick do? Lightning damage, shock ailment damage, lightning damage on attacks. Oof. Shock stacks are on the target and user. Dang, that was a horde. So Zapstick will zap you. But only if you have, only if you have high ailment, yeah? Yeah, shock stacks. So if you have really garbage ailments, maybe it won't be so bad. And that guy was tanking a lot more hits than I was expecting it would. need something like lightning immunity, which would have to be way later on. I'll still grab it.
It's massive.
But I doubt I'm going to utilize it ever. I mean, obviously not on this character. It wouldn't make any sense.
Not right now.
Feels like Diablo, but with a different skin. What's the difference between the two games? I best describe this game as the midpoint between Diablo 3 and Path of Exile, where it's easier and more accessible to get into than Path of Exile, but it's more complicated than Diablo 3 is, at least in terms of like immediate build variety and whatnot. Does the respec cost go up as you level up? It does, but it's honestly not that expensive. Like, the price scales linearly, but the rewards that you get are exponential. I would also say that the story for this game is a lot more accessible. Like, I think it's only going to take me, give or take, 10-12 hours to finish this game. I don't actually remember how long it took me to beat Diablo story mode, but I just remember being pretty bored of it by the end. And just being like, I mean, the lore is cool, the world is cool, and a bunch of other stuff. Prefer shorter games with more builds than longer games with a handful of builds. And this is definitely one of those with, like, a decent amount of immediate build variety in, I don't know, a fairly appreciable manner. That works. One thing I gave this game a lot of credit for is that your build really comes together within the first 3 hours of the game, and then after that it's just refining it and, like, really making it sing. And admittedly you kind of have to do that because the game gets a lot harder. So you can't just, like, wow. Getting a lot of dyed duplicates, which is a bit unfortunate, but still. But usually when I play a Diablo-like, it takes me nearly the whole playthrough to actually get the full build that I want with all the associated bells and whistles and whatnot. And, like, I haven't even gotten far enough in Path of Exile to even know what, like, an endgame build looks like. And yeah, you're not locked in. So if I wanted to specifically equip the magic staff that I just picked up, I could just throw it on right now and do okay. I think, ultimately, one, I need a shield to actually do particularly well. But I could pivot to being a caster without too many issues. Fairly cheaply, too. Notice you didn't go for infinite attack speed this time. Did they change it? It didn't feel like going for that. I tried going for a crit build previously. Or, like, this character started as a crit build. And it ended up doing a lot of damage. So I was like, okay, crit this time, maybe. I think part of it is both crit and attack speed have kind of heavy diminishing returns after about the 30-40% mark. That it doesn't stack in a particularly linear fashion. Or even exponential, it actually slows down considerably. And I'm sure with the right build you could,
Can't manage that right.
There we go. I'm sure with the right build you could really scale your attack speed to absurd heights. But that sounds more like post-game stuff than something I'd be capable of doing right now.